it's incredible. It's 20 years already. I consider I started working for Gibraltar the day I filed the application on behalf of Miss Denise Matthews in the Eurovote case with the European Court of Human Rights, and that was in April 1994. So it's just over 20 years that I've been working for the Gibraltar government. But really, my working relationship for Gibraltar and the Gibraltar government really took off when Sir Peter Caruana offered me the challenge of and the opportunity of representing Gibraltar in Brussels and opening up the Gibraltar government office in Brussels, which we did back in 1997. And I spent 10 years there doing excellent experience and working with meeting people and really learning and European law, which I had studied at university already, and I had done a work experience in various European capitals, but those 10 years were very important. And then I moved back to Gibraltar in 2007, appointed chief legal advisor in 2009 for the new department of the EUID, and continuing that work with the change of administration and continuing to work with Mr. Picardo as I used to work with Sir Peter, and now this at the end of all of that. So yes, there is a certain logic in the way my career and my work for the Gibraltar government has developed.
So you have been the chief legal advisor to the government on EU and international law. You're going to become the chief legal advisor, full stop, on all matters. What's your vision for the role of Attorney General?
My vision for the role is to make it an overall. I mean, you are the chief legal advisor to the Gibraltar government, and I want the role, as I envisage it, to be very similar to that of the Attorney General in England and Wales. So where you have an overarching role over all areas of law. I think in Gibraltar we've got used to seeing the way the Aegis Chambers has worked over the years and historically, where I think it is fair to say it has performed a function of a criminal prosecution service. I think that when I am appointed, I'd like to change that so that that becomes only one area of the law for which the Attorney General would have responsibility, but it would only have superintendents responsibilities, and then have other areas which are very important to the governance of Gibraltar, like European law, which is a very, very important area for our jurisdiction, international law, oversight over the production of legislation, there'll be crime, there's constitutional and administrative, and a whole range of public and administrative law issues. I'll be very hands-on in certain areas where I have a special expertise, like European law, and then have more superintendents rolled over the other areas of the legal service that we provide to the government, as is the case in England and Wales.
So that leaves space for a director of public prosecution, perhaps working beneath you?
That is ultimately a decision for the Gibraltar government, but yes, I mean, that is a possibility.
You've worked very closely with successive governments. Is there any question of the separation of powers not being quite what it should be, and the judiciary being too close to the executive branch of the government?
The overriding duty and obligation of an Attorney General is to uphold the rule of law.
Your role will also entail advice to both the government and the governor. That seems like quite a formidable task.
Not necessarily. I think I see that more as an opportunity and an exciting and interesting challenge where we can find ways of working together as we do. And therefore it is an interesting role, as you say, to be advising in two entities in Gibraltar of that importance. But I see that as a challenge and something which is an exciting prospect.
The Chief Minister has mentioned that a high-level working group will look at the appointment of roles such as the Attorney General, alluding to somewhat of a conflict between the government and the convent. as to the way that your appointment came about. Have you got any comment to make in that respect?
Absolutely none. I mean, that's a matter for the Chief Minister and the Governor. I think the ad hoc working group is going to be made up of members of the Gibraltar government and the Governor's office, and they're going to talk about whatever they feel they need to talk.
You're the first Gibraltarian in over 100 years to be appointed Attorney General. How does that make you feel?
Well, I'm obviously delighted for having been found to be the best applicant for the post, and the fact that I'm Gibraltarian is obviously great. It's great for me, and I think it's great for the community as a whole. And indeed, I'd like to take advantage of this moment to thank the enormous amount of people who've been sending me all sorts of messages and texts since the news was announced last night. I'm very humbled by the support from so many people. I don't do social media myself, but I understand in Facebook as well, so thank them as well.
There's a lot that we could talk about, of course, the Matthews case, tax regional selectivity, the GFA UEFA, your vision for the role of Attorney General. Can we get you to commit to doing a viewpoint with us where you elaborate on these points?
I'd be delighted to do so.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.